Hare Krishna. Point number one, which you said, is when a child grows and he studies in school and then he is completing his college until 18 years, he has no knowledge about the spirituality.
Yeah. Well,
let me add something here. In fact,
are you a school teacher?
No, not really. But I would like to add something. The child is not learning only in school or in college, but it is also the mother and the father who is giving the religious education. And apart from that, there is in our religion, there is something which we have a guru. A guru is a real religious teacher who guides to the path of knowledge to God. A guru really trains the student in all manners. Now, of course, here the age is irrelevant. It does not need not be a school student or a college student. It may be postgraduate or even furthermore behind. But here the guru is guiding the person or a student in the real religious and a spiritual manner. This is why I want to add one point.
It should be like that.
Yes.
But it's obviously not. If people leave college, university, 21, 22, and they have no spiritual knowledge, that's my point. But this is the point, that our society now, yes, you're talking about the past, when a child went to Gurukul and they were trained. But my point is that the schools we have nowadays, not just all over the world, they're not giving proper spiritual knowledge.
I do agree with the school, but even the parents are giving the knowledge of the religion.
Not necessarily. Or else how are everyone so ignorant in Kali Yuga? That's what they should be doing. You're mistaking what they should be doing and what should be happening to what is actually happening.
Mm-hmm. Okay, second one question is that second question you said about Muhammad Prophet. He said that there are some more additions to Bhagavad Gita. Well, let me tell you something, if I am not mistaken. Bhagavad Gita is quite ancient, even before Muhammad Prophet was mentioned. So it is what you call that, a format which has been following from generation to generation again and again. So this has been passed on. So I didn't exactly catch up with you. How do you say that there has been some kind of insertion or addition to it?
Oh, well, that will naturally happen in the material world, because Krishna says, Paritranaya sadhunam vanashya tudasritam dharma samstapanataya, that I appear for three reasons. One is to protect and give pleasure to devotees. One is to destroy the demoniac, to suppress them. And the other is dharma samstapanataya, to re-establish dharma. So there is a natural tendency in the material world that when the message is being transmitted, that sometimes it becomes distorted. So therefore Vedavyas, Krishna, the great acharyas, they appeared and they are empowered to re-establish the proper understanding. So that is a very important point, that just because something is being transmitted, you have to ask, is it being transmitted correctly?
One last question. We are talking about transcendental knowledge here. All this time we have been seeing people who are ignorant and fool and who are doubtful souls.
Krishna has been saying that.
Yes, we have.
Krishna is saying that.
I agree. We have been discussing today evening. But my point is also that if I have read Bhagavad Gita, and in chapter 18, best knowledge given by Bhagavan Krishna to Arjuna in chapter 18, Shloka 65 and 66. I believe that should be called as a knowledge of wisdom, where Bhagavan Krishna says complete surrender. Complete surrender yourself to the feet of Lord Krishna.
But that means we should understand what that means. We have to read the whole of the Gita to understand what surrender means. Or if we just go to just 2 verses, and Krishna does say, Sarvadharma Prijaya, but we have to understand what that means. It doesn't mean surrender like a defeated army surrenders to an invading army or something like that. Surrender means that you achieve your spiritual nature, and you live eternally with Krishna in that relationship. It is not the surrender of the material world, like repression or control, victimization, exploitation.
By faith.
You understand?
Yes, I do.
So when we understand the whole of the Gita as a unit, then we will understand what surrender really means.
Thank you, thank you.
Because surrender, just to expand this point, is not just to become passive. Say one group attacks the other and the others surrender. So that defeated group, they have to become in anxiety and they become passive and obedient. So the surrender of Gita, of spiritual life, is proactive. You become to your real spiritual nature, your real spiritual form, and you live eternally in reciprocation with Krishna, you see. So, like there is sometimes in the world, you have to subjugate, you have to obey. But actually, in spiritual life, obedience is part and parcel of being spiritually awakened. It's not a matter of subjugation, but a liberation, you see. Krishna's name is Mukunda. He gives liberation. You understand? Go ahead.
So there was this comment about education. So somehow you're making a dichotomy that there's the school education and then there's the family education. Previously it was all education by the Guru. The Guru gave all the information, gave all the knowledge.
That
so
is
now,
the point.
Yeah,
our education now
material.
is separated from spirituality. And this is spread all over the world now. Yeah. People go there and, I go to school for education, and you get spiritual knowledge in the church or like that. But actually, society should be theistic. It should be integrated. Because Krishna is everywhere. Krishna has given a perfect social system. So it should be understood. But what has happened all over the world is that atheistic materialism is the central theme of all the school education. Darwin, there was a big bang. The chemicals came together. That made living beings. Some of them became trees. Some of them became elephants. And I became a human. And I got a Nobel Prize. This is all atheism. You see, that's the mood that has captured the educational system of the world. Of course, it's interesting to note though, the Islamists, the Muslims, they don't accept that. They try to educate their people in faith in God. So, we can't be too blanket, but you see the point is, standard scriptures. We should be ready to take the perfect knowledge that's in the Vedas, wherever and wherever we are born. Because you said our religion, but actually Krishna is Jagannath. That means he's the Lord of the universe. Krishna's religion, Sanatan Dharma, is for every soul in every planet of the universe. So Bhagavad Gita is expansive, it's not exclusive. And we see now in the modern day, people are taught, and this is why the educationalists like to keep out religion from the school, because they find that the so-called mainstream religions are very divisive and exclusive. But Bhagavad Gita is all-encompassing. So this knowledge is valid to be taught within the school system.
Hare Krishna. This is the point is that what he is saying. Look what is happening in the country today. They are treating. I don't know. You must have known about it now. Sai Baba is being treated as a god, and when the right knowledge is given to them, they don't understand. They are not understanding.
You see, that's another.
And the media, even in the media, is going against the rightful people.
Is he still alive, Sai Baba?
No, he is not alive, but he is being treated as a god. And
when he died, what happened? Did they find any gold in his stomach?
Huh?
Did they find any gold in his stomach?
That I don't know. But what I'm finding today is, what I'm finding today is Shankaracharya ji is who's imparting the right knowledge to the people. They are not taking it. The media is making fool of Shankaracharya ji. They are making, yes, media is making fool of Shankaracharya ji, and they are accepting Sai Baba as God.
Who? Chandra?
Shankaracharya ji. Shankaracharya. We have Shankaracharya.
Oh, well.
He is giving the right knowledge to the people. No, Sai Baba is nothing. He cannot be treated as a God. And the media is making fool of him.
Yeah, well, that's Kali Yuga.
That is Kali Yuga.
That's Kali Yuga. People.
What will you know?
So, yes, so therefore every single word that Prabhupada translated is standard scriptures.
Absolutely.
That we should, you see, therefore in Vedic ontology, there are three standards, not just Guru, but there is Shastra, then there is Parampara, the great sages, and then Guru. And all these three should correspond, you see. Now, if people don't study the scripture, then they can be victimized by these people that, you know, that have some ash up there.
Yeah.
I saw the videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
Sai Baba was taking ash, and then it's.
That was it.
So anyway, the point is, Dadu. You remember Dadu? Dadu. He was elderly Bengali gentleman. He's passed on now. He died at 80 odd. So he went to a pandal in Calcutta, and Prabhupada was speaking. This is a very good story. And so, at the end, Prabhupada said, any questions? One lady stood up and she said, Swamiji, very nice lecture, thank you very much. What about Sai Baba? Is he God? She asked the question. So Dadu was in the pandal. He told me the story 2 or 3 times. And Prabhupada said, well, in the Shastra, it says that the Supreme Lord, God, is the reservoir of all beauty. Do you think that Sai Baba is the reservoir of all beauty? And she said, no. So Dadu was very impressed, you see. So Prabhupada is quoting Shastra. You see, people, it's easy. You know, just like if you're a doctor, but you don't follow the standard medical books, they'll take away your license. But if nobody knows the medical books, you're in for a problem.
The problem is...
So Shastra, then the commentary, understanding given by Parampara and the big acharyas, and then one's own gurus, they should all correspond. You see, and then you can say, well, he's just a musician, magician.
But today the media has become the biggest
Prabhupada
acharya.
also said, if somebody says he's God, then you can kick on his face.
But
He's a dog.
But today this is what
No,
I'm
if somebody says, I'm God, and then he's running tomorrow to the doctor, oh, I can't pass stool and urine, give me some medicine. You cannot even control your own bowels and you can say you're God. Huh? So look at this universe, how infinitely expansive. You think you're God? This is madness. Huh? You gain a little mystic power by some tapasya, and you're so foolish you start to think I'm God.
He made a big football stadium.
Huh?
He made a very big football stadium. Footballs.
He made a football stadium. How? With a shovel.
Yeah.
No, the thing is, this is the dream of the fallen soul. They reject the authority of the Supreme Lord and they want to become God.
This is what
So-
media is projecting.
Yeah, so in Kali Yuga, many people, they say, I'm God and I'll make you God. And the people are so ignorant of standard scriptures that they think, well, that's good, we can all be God together. But if everyone is the Prime Minister, that means there's nobody as the Prime Minister, right? Who's the Prime Minister now? Narendra. Narendra Ji. So if everyone says, I'm also the Prime Minister, then is there any Prime Minister? You know,
But this
so
is-
this is all foolish ideas.
But this is what the young people are learning today.
Well, that's why I'm saying they should be taught standard scriptures
This is
from childhood, you see.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, we're finished on this point anyway.